right.
I'd like to call this special meeting of the Board of Selectmen Tuesday, October 17th at 5 o'clock. We have with us Mr. Joseph Lynch. He is a candidate for the Director of Public Works. He was recommended by the search committee, which was made up of Don Lowe, Erica Uriarty, the town planner, David Lazon, who is the Devon's DPW director,
That's right.
and myself. Welcome, Mr. Lynch. Do you want to come forward and join us?
Come on down.
My pleasure.
Any
seat
any
for the cameras?
Great.
All seats are good seats.
How you doing? Pleasure to be here.
Good. So I've already met you and reviewed your resume, but maybe just to start, you could just talk about your education and your background quickly, and then maybe Stan has some questions for you.
Sure. My pleasure to describe that. So I went to Norwich University, small private military college in Northfield, Vermont.
Mhm.
Graduated from there in 1980. That instills upon you a citizen soldier mentality where you basically study your course of study, but you really deep down they instill values of participating in your community and being part of your community.
Mhm.
And from that, I built a career both in the private sector and while I was in private sector, working on a lot of civic endeavors in the towns that I lived in. And then eventually got into public works in 1993 and been there since. So I bring 24 years of experience, both in cities and towns, large towns, medium-sized cities, and another town demographically similar to Bolton, and that being Shirley. With that experience, it's given me an awful lot of opportunity to do some grand things with lots of money available, and it's given me the opportunity to do some hands-on things with very frugal means, like building soccer fields from the back of a napkin, for the community in Shirley. So there's a lot of things that have been built on practicality in my career, and I think that gives me a balance that I really pride myself in. So to prepare me for that, at Norwich, I studied civil engineering with a concentration in water resource management and construction management. Water resource management nowadays would equate more closely to stormwater, which is a buzzword for the past 12 years now in Massachusetts and across the country, as people concern themselves with water quality and how it affects water supplies and drinking water and whatnot, and the environment in general. So that's what I bring here to Bolton. I really look forward to that. I've come from, most recently, the town of Milton, a little bit of political upheaval there, resulting in a new team coming in with new leadership. And as a result, I kind of moved aside, with that. So I bring back that practical sense to this community where I think I can really contribute in a nice way. I've met some of the crew, and they seem to be salt of the earth people. Haven't met all the crew yet, but one thing I recognize is your value, no matter what you do, financially or management-wise. Really, your value is the knowledge of your systems and what you do day to day. And it's the guys and the men and women in the field who do that day to day. And my first few days here, I'm going to be kind of looking at that in the first couple of weeks, assessing that, and within a few weeks, really hit the ground running, understanding capabilities and maybe what we can improve upon if there is anything that needs to be improved upon. So I think it's a great opportunity for me to understand their pride and ownership. I drive around the community that I have driven, and I don't see anything that jumps right out as being bad. I haven't driven through here in the winter. Your first snowstorm's always a test for everybody.
Mhm.
I do have a lot of snowboarding experience, both plowing and operationally. I am a weather watch for WBZ, so I see storms coming 4 days in advance and participate in a network of weather watchers. So it's something we do in Public Works. So if there are any questions, I can break here.
Great, thank you.
Well, no, I had the opportunity. I know that you had stopped in and chatted with some of the guys at the DPW barn, and I talked with a few of them last weekend. And they said they had met you and they were impressed and that they had a good impression. So that's always good. First impressions are always the the most important. So I think that's great. And the fact that you've had the experience, larger and smaller and stuff, I think you'll find, in Bolton, the folks who work at the DPW are all great people, and I think you'll find that you'll have a good support network with the other folks in house, certainly with Don, who's been here, quite some time. So, and myself, I've been selectman for the last 13 years and planning board and stuff, so I've had my fingers in town government for a long time. So no, I've looked at your background. I think it's great. The fact that I believe it was a unanimous vote
It was.
amongst the search committee. So that's good enough for me.
Well, my goal is to not let anybody down and to, better yet, have you walk away prior to the next town meeting feeling confident going in that we're a part of that team. So I'm hoping that's the case.
Super. No, I think it's all good. It's all good.
So with that, what was worked out between Joe and myself was that we would start Joe at step 4, grade 6, step 4. Grade 6 is DPW director. Step 4, which is an hourly rate of $45.03 an hour, which equates, if you annualize that rate, to $93,662.40. And that he will start with 4 weeks vacation based on his experience, prorated the first year because we're a little more than half. We have a little more than half of the year left to go, and then 4 weeks a year after that. So certainly, well within range, provides him room for growth as well, because that's very important. So again, just for the folks at home, the screening committee was not just unanimous. We were quite enthusiastic with Joe as our candidate, and showed the value of going out for a second time. We went through a process once already, and the decision at the end of that process was made to go out again, and I think we found the person we were looking for.
Great. Super.
So we just need a motion, second from the Board of Selectmen.
I'll make the motion that we approve Mr. Lynch for the position of DPW director for town of Bolton.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Welcome
Appreciate it.
aboard.
Really do.
Yeah, welcome.
A team effort. Very good.
So
While we're standing, can I make a motion to adjourn?
you can. An outstanding
Second.
motion.
All
Yes.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sure.